Hey everyone, it's Nicholas Ashbaugh. I hope that you're doing great. Welcome to the new moon reading. I think it's the first new moon for the new year. We're going to be looking at it today, Wednesday, January 29th, to see what kind of energy and opportunities are coming through. And Apollo is in the background. He found the sun, he's overexposed, but you can see him back there. I'll bring him up to the main camera a little bit later. But first things first, let's shuffle the cards and see what's in store. As always, we'll look at the past, present, and future influences in this new moon, and we're going to clarify them with some oracle cards. Before we jump into the past influences, as promised, Apollo came over and wanted to say hello. All right, I've placed Apollo down. Let's look at your first card here. So in the deep past, we have the Emperor coming through. And it's a really beautiful card because you can see all the strings that this Emperor is pulling. And I feel like many of you are at a point where you're ready to release the control that others have on you, kind of let go of some of those stifling influences. It could be past bosses or teachers or friends or even family members. And so what we're seeing coming through in this new moon is a newfound sense of self-confidence, autonomy, control. And of course, there's a very positive reading of the Emperor card, which is just that you're in a position now where you can start to bring things into order. This is one of the top cards for leadership. So on a soul level, on a foundational level, you've done the work. You've set up the energy to create that sort of next pinnacle of success for you. If we turn our attention to the clarifying card, wow, it's an aha moment here. Let me turn it up so you can read it here. Entanglement. Hello, hello, that looks familiar. It's what we were exactly talking about here, right? How synchronistic. And then it's really encouraging you to pay attention to your feelings, even the feeling of pain, because think about what it does, just as a sensory feeling on your skin. If something is hot, you avoid getting burned. If there's a prick, you avoid, getting cut further than you already have been. It's a survival technique. We talked a little bit about this in the podcast that I just put out last week with Matthias. In the frame of the podcast, it was more around fear, but I would say pain, fear, or any of those sort of survival techniques that we have as a part of the early human brain, you don't want to ignore them. They still serve a purpose. We don't want to basically be beholden to them, but if something hurts, it's time to step back. And that's really what this is showing you. And let someone know, because this is just feeling it. This is doing something about it. This is saying, no, and it really does kind of come down to that one word. No can free you. No, I don't want to do this. No, this isn't okay. Or just stop. All of these things are so powerful. Sometimes in our desire to be liked or to be polite, we may not be putting down those sort of boundaries, but the deep past in this new moon is saying you have the power and you have the voice. Now is the time to exercise and to practice that. Practice makes perfect. It's never easy the first time, but the more you start to create boundaries, the more you speak up, the more you advocate for yourself, the more people listen. Okay, let's see what's coming through here in the present. Much better, much more relatable energy here as well, because we have 10 of Pentacles, and then the opposite of this, we go from entanglement to freedom, and we'll talk about that in a second. But first things first, 10 of Pentacles. So this is a moment where things are starting to open up. And as we can see with the rings of the tree here, you've been putting in the work year by year, month by month, day by day. But this is deep past energy that's bringing you to this moment in time. So I really feel like resources and opportunities are starting to knock. And this can also be really good for a core relationship in your life, because this can represent a marriage or a contract or something really stable when it comes to your money. And it comes through wisdom. It comes through experience. So you've earned it. When it comes this time around, whatever this positive 10 of Pentacles moment is for you, don't second guess yourself. You do deserve it. You have done the work. And this is the payoff. This is a great time for you to focus on networking, personal development, and career development. And I feel like we can all relate to at least one, if not multiple categories that I just mentioned there. Okay? As we look at what came through to clarify it, I was very much heartened because it was the antithesis of this one, really. So let's look at this. It's reversed, so there's a little bit of hesitation here, but we have freedom, perspective, and victory. So we've come from that energy of entanglement, feeling, and pain to understanding why the pain was there, freeing ourselves from the entanglement, and being victorious in whatever it is we set ourselves out to do. You may need that bird's eye view, right? We have like an eagle here. Look at it from another perspective. That's all that's missing perhaps in this moment is perspective. And that was the center word there. But once you see the perspective, you'll start to see your worth, you'll start to see the opportunities, and things are going to work out. The rings of the tree remind you that it takes time to make things happen. All that you need to do in this new moon is to make your mind up or to make a decision or to explore an opportunity. Get the wheels moving. Maybe even send the initial email or text. Then just follow up day by day and keep building things brick by brick, okay? Let's look and see what the future brings. Change, but a harmonious change at that. So we'll focus on the change element first. I'm not afraid of the tower. Tower moments come in many shapes and forms and in many different parts of our life. Birth is a tower, death is a tower, graduation, marriage, and even something really great like a windfall of money or something like that. So it's an unexpected change that is necessary, that changes your life for the better. Towers are always there to help, but they may hurt in the process too sometimes because we're not expecting it, because it makes us uncomfortable. But if we go back to the initial card, we want you to pay attention to the feeling and then decide what to do about the feeling. So pain can protect, pain can be a teacher, but we don't want to keep it around as a teacher. So if something isn't working, you're going to release it. And in this tower, if we can look at the person doing the sort of embracing in two different ways. One, she could be holding it. Two, she could be just saying, I'm done with it. I'm going to bring this down and start fresh. So a reverse tower is very much that. It's sort of like reorganization, dismantling, and basically clearing. But there is a little bit of awareness and control. An upright tower takes you by surprise. A reverse tower, you decide to do something about it. I just went through one myself. So the upright version of my tower was the fires that were going on in LA. The reverse version was, let's get out, let's get perspective, let me look at some other things, let me figure out what I want to do next. So I decided not to just sit there while the tower kept happening, but to move in a new direction. Change was happening already, so it was the right thing. So if you're in a company and you can see the writing on the wall, maybe that there is going to be layoffs or there's going to be a takeover or something like that, you have a conversation with your boss and see if you can be a part of the change rather than wait for the change to happen and hope for the best. It's always better to be working with that energy, surfing the energy of change. Now, I feel very positive about what's coming through for you guys because we have community work and harmony coming through. So when you kind of like pull yourself out of one group, you're going to find a better group or an upgrade here with the community card. For those of you that are looking to change up your course of study or your job or your social activities, depending on if you're working, retired, or a student, this is a good change for you. The bee is a pollinator too. So this is showing that in this moment in time, even if it's not there yet, it's going to be a fruitful sort of enterprise, whatever it is that you're doing right now. And the harmony piece is what I love. This is a time for you truly to find something that makes your heart sing, that makes you happy, okay? I always like to look at one last card here. In this case, I'll go ahead and allow you to ask a question. And whatever you're looking for in this new moon, let's see what Spirit has to say with respect to that question. Let me give the cards a shuffle and we'll see. All right, it looks good, folks. It's very much in alignment with what we were talking about. Three of Pentacles is a mastery card, meaning that whatever you set your mind to do, not only can you do it, but you will do it, and you can do it with great success. It's a teamwork card, so it's very much in alignment with the community and the harmony and the work energy of the bee. You don't have to do this alone. This also signals future recognition. If you asked a yes or no, it's a yes, but do the work, follow through. That's the main sort of like caveat on that. And if you're looking to get some training, education, or any sort of knowledge expansion, that's always comprised within that card as well. So I have to say, overall, I like the energy of this new moon. I'm going to do a little mini review and then we'll wrap up. So reclaiming your voice and detangling things, getting some perspective and leaning into the personal development, embracing the necessary changes, and not only that, but being an agent of that change. seeking out new community, and really allowing yourself to put your energy into things that are fruitful and make your heart sing. For some of you, this could be school or a passion project. Whatever it is that you're doing, we see eventual recognition. And I also see teamwork as a key to the success overall. And that's everything. I like to keep these mini readings short and concise to give you just what you need. I hope you enjoyed it. I am in the process of working to get all of the other monthly videos for February done, hopefully by the end of this week. They may not all be done exactly on the 1st, but by the 1st or 2nd, I hope to get them done because I'm going to be traveling again next week to a different city, going further east. So thank you again for your patience. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You can also give me a follow on social media so you never miss out on a future reading. You can show additional support through Super Stickers, Super Chat, and also by joining and becoming a member. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to my website. Remember, I don't give private readings, so if anybody tries to reach out and message you, you know that's not me. If you haven't already checked out the podcast for this month that I just released, please do that. I spoke with Matthias DeStefano. I really enjoyed it. I think you will as well. It's featured on the main channel page. You can also go to the podcast tab and let me know what you think. And that's everything, folks. Thank you for being the best part of what I do here on YouTube. Let's see if we can get Apollo one last time. Well, he's back there. I'll just give him a little bit of a pat, and then we'll go for today. Hey, buddy. Oh, you want to stand up? Okay, here we go. So, signing off today with Apollo, wishing you guys all the best. Thank you very much for your love and support. I'll see you soon.